Have you ever woken up feeling, well, not quite as invigorated as you'd like? Perhaps a little less ready for the day than you once were? It's a common experience for many men, especially as we get a little older, and it's one that's often brushed aside with a sigh and a dismissive thought of, oh, it's just age. But what if I told you that this feeling, this quiet decline in vitality, and even something as fundamental as your nocturnal readiness, isn't just an inevitable march of time? What if I revealed that a habit you're likely engaged in every single night, without even realizing it, is silently and powerfully eroding your body's natural repair processes and directly impacting your erections as a men's health doctor? I see this daily. And frankly, it still shocks me how widespread this particular issue is, and how often it goes unaddressed. Men come into my office, frustrated, sometimes even feeling a sense of loss, assuming there's little that can be done. But time and again, when we peel back the layers, we uncover this insidious nightly pattern. In this video, we're not going to focus on quick fixes or complicated procedures. Instead, we're going to gently uncover these surprising evening habits that are silently sabotaging your health, your energy, and yes, your erections. And then, more importantly, we'll talk about simple, actionable steps you can take to reclaim what you might have thought was lost. Stick with me until the very end, because I'm going to share something that will truly open your eyes and surprise you, offering a simple shift that can bring back what you thought was lost, making a profound difference in your vitality. So, let's talk about the first, most insidious habit that's likely robbing you of your morning wood, your energy, and your overall zest for life, even before you've fully opened your eyes. This habit isn't some exotic food or a complicated exercise routine. It's something incredibly common in our modern world, and it plays out right there in your bedroom, the pervasive use of screens, especially in the hours leading up to bedtime. Think about it, how many of us unwind with the television blaring, catch up on news on our tablets, or scroll through emails on our phones right before we try to drift off. It feels harmless, a simple way to relax after a long day. But this seemingly innocent evening ritual is a silent destroyer of your body's most critical overnight repair processes. Here's why. These devices, particularly phones and tablets, emit what's known as blue light. Now, blue light isn't inherently bad. It's abundant in natural daylight and signals to our brains that it's daytime, helping us stay alert and focused. The problem arises when we expose ourselves to it at night. When your eyes detect blue light in the evening, your brain gets a strong signal that it's still daytime, even if the clock says it's midnight. This confuses your body's internal clock, your circadian rhythm, and most crucially, it suppresses the production of melatonin, the sleep hormone. Melatonin is your body's natural signal that it's time to wind down, relax, and prepare for restorative sleep. When its production is hindered, you might find it harder to fall asleep, or you might sleep more lightly, waking up frequently throughout the night. But the impact goes far beyond just feeling tired the next day. Deep, restorative sleep is absolutely vital for men's health, especially when it comes to hormonal balance. For instance, did you know that the vast majority of your daily testosterone production happens while you are in your deepest sleep cycles? That's right. If you're constantly disrupting those cycles with late-night screen time, you're quite literally shortchanging your testosterone levels. And lower testosterone isn't just about feeling less energetic or having a reduced libido. It's intrinsically linked to your ability to achieve and maintain erections. Testosterone plays a crucial role in nitric oxide synthesis, a compound essential for relaxing the smooth muscles in the penis, allowing blood to flow in and create an erection. Without sufficient deep sleep, your body isn't getting the time it needs to produce enough of these vital components, leading to a gradual, silent decline in your nocturnal erections, or what we often call morning wood, which is a really important indicator of your overall vascular health. I've had countless patients who, once they commit to putting away their screens at least an hour, or ideally 2, before bed, report a noticeable improvement in their sleep quality and, to their surprise and delight, A return of that morning vitality. It's not just about turning off the TV. It's about creating a true evening wind-down ritual. This means dimming the lights in your home as evening approaches. Maybe reading a physical book under a warm, soft light, listening to some gentle music, or engaging in conversation with a loved one. Your bedroom should become a sanctuary for sleep, free from the glowing distractions of screens. Make it cool, dark, and quiet. Even small changes, like swapping your late-night news scroll for a few pages of a paperback, can dramatically improve your body's ability to transition into the deep, healing sleep it desperately needs. It's about respecting your body's natural rhythms and giving it the chance to do its essential work overnight. Now, closely related to what you do right before bed is what you put into your body in the hours leading up to it. And this brings us to another subtle but powerful saboteur that most men overlook. Now that we've discussed the pervasive impact of late-night screen time on your body's natural rhythms and how it silently erodes your nocturnal repair, let's talk about something else that many of us indulge in without a second thought as evening approaches: what you eat and drink. And more specifically, when you consume it. This isn't just about weight gain. It's about a deep, often unseen, impact on your hormonal balance, your blood sugar, and ultimately, your ability to achieve and maintain strong erections. Many men find comfort in a hearty meal, a few alcoholic drinks, or even a sugary snack in the late evening, perhaps while watching TV or unwinding. It feels like a moment of relaxation, a reward after a busy day. But this habit, particularly when it involves heavy, processed, or sugary foods, or excessive alcohol, is another major silent destroyer of your body's overnight restorative processes. Here's why. When you eat a large meal, especially one high in refined carbohydrates or unhealthy fats, close to bedtime, your body goes into overdrive to digest it. This means your digestive system, rather than winding down, is working hard, drawing blood flow and energy away from other vital restorative processes. Your blood sugar levels can spike, and then, often, crash during the night, leading to restless sleep, night sweats, or even waking up feeling anxious. These blood sugar fluctuations are particularly damaging. Over time, constant high blood sugar can damage the delicate blood vessels and nerves throughout your body, including those essential for erectile function. It contributes to insulin resistance, a precursor to type 2 diabetes, which is a major risk factor for erectile dysfunction. Think of it this way. Your body needs a peaceful, low-demand environment to do its most important repair work, including the regeneration of cells, the balancing of hormones, and the production of nitric oxide, a chemical messenger vital for relaxing blood vessels and allowing blood to flow into the penis, creating an erection. When you're busy digesting a huge meal, your body is simply too preoccupied. Beyond food, let's address alcohol. While a glass of wine or a beer might seem to help you relax and fall asleep initially, alcohol actually fragments your sleep, preventing you from reaching those crucial deep and REM sleep stages. It's a sedative, not a sleep aid. Furthermore, alcohol can directly impact testosterone production and can dehydrate you, both of which negatively affect erectile quality. Many men report a noticeable decline in their morning erections after even a moderate amount of alcohol the night before, a clear sign of its immediate impact. So, what's the actionable step here? Aim to finish your last meal at least 2 to 3 hours before you plan to go to bed. This gives your body ample time to process the food before it shifts into its repair and recovery mode. If you absolutely must have a snack, choose something light and easy to digest, like a small handful of nuts, a piece of fruit, or some plain yogurt, avoiding anything processed or sugary. And when it comes to alcohol, be mindful of your intake, especially in the evening. Try to limit it, or better yet, avoid it entirely on nights when you're prioritizing truly restorative sleep. Hydrate throughout the day, but taper off your water intake in the hour or two before bed to avoid nighttime bathroom trips. Now, beyond what we put into our bodies and the blue light we expose ourselves to, there's another equally significant, yet often unacknowledged, silent destroyer that's lurking in the background of many men's lives, stealing their vitality and impacting their erections without them even realizing it. This brings us to the third habit that truly impacts your overnight recovery and overall male health: chronic stress, and the failure to genuinely wind down in the evenings. Next, we'll dive into what is arguably one of the most pervasive yet underestimated factors, silently eroding men's health and erectile function: chronic stress, and the often overlooked habit of failing to truly wind down and shift gears in the evening. In our fast-paced world, stress has become almost a badge of honor, a constant companion. We wake up stressed. We work through the day stressed. And many men carry that mental and emotional burden right into their bedrooms. This isn't just about feeling anxious or worried. It's about a deeply physiological response that profoundly impacts your body's ability to rest, repair, and restore itself overnight, directly affecting everything from your cardiovascular health to your hormones, and yes, your erections. When you're under chronic stress, your body's fight or flight system, known as the sympathetic nervous system, is constantly activated. This system is designed for short bursts of intense activity, like running from a saber-toothed tiger, not for sustained activation over days, weeks, or even years. When it's overactive, your body prioritizes survival functions, like increased heart rate and blood pressure, diverting resources away from what it considers non-essential functions. And unfortunately, achieving an erection falls into that category. The primary stress hormone, cortisol, when elevated for prolonged periods, can suppress testosterone production, further hindering your body's ability to achieve nocturnal erections. Imagine trying to relax and feel intimate when your body is constantly on high alert, pumping out stress hormones. It's like trying to fill a water balloon with a leak. The pressure just isn't there. Many men unknowingly bring their work worries, financial anxieties, or relationship stressors right into bed with them. They might replay difficult conversations, fret about tomorrow's tasks, or simply lie there with a racing mind, unable to switch off. This mental agitation directly impacts sleep quality, making it harder to fall into those deep, restorative sleep cycles we've talked about. And when you're not getting sufficient deep sleep, that cycle of hormonal imbalance and poor nocturnal recovery just continues. I've seen men whose physical health markers were relatively good, but their chronic stress was the hidden culprit behind their erectile difficulties. Once they started implementing simple, consistent evening wind-down rituals, it was remarkable how quickly their bodies began to re-regulate. So, what can you do? This isn't about eliminating all stress from your life, which is frankly impossible. It's about creating a buffer zone between your stressful day and your essential nighttime recovery. Start by establishing a sacred, no-stress zone in the evenings. This means consciously putting away work, avoiding stressful news or heated discussions, and setting aside time for activities that genuinely calm your mind and body. This could be as simple as practicing some deep breathing exercises for 10-15 minutes before bed. Inhale deeply through your nose. Hold for a count of 4. Then exhale slowly through your mouth for a count of 6. This simple act tells your nervous system to switch from fight or flight to rest and digest. Consider a short, gentle stretching routine, or some light yoga. It's amazing how moving your body slowly and mindfully can release tension stored from the day. Some men find listening to calming music, an audiobook, or a guided meditation helpful. For others, journaling their thoughts and worries before bed can be incredibly therapeutic, essentially downloading them from their minds onto paper, so they don't accompany them into sleep. The key is consistency. Make these wind-down rituals a non-negotiable part of your evening. Over time, your body will learn to associate these activities with relaxation and sleep, making the transition much smoother and allowing for deeper, more restorative rest. This not only directly impacts your hormones and blood flow, leading to better erections, but it also significantly improves your overall sense of well-being, energy levels, and mental clarity the next day. It's about giving your body the signal that it's safe to relax, to heal, and to restore, rather than remaining in a constant state of alert. And finally, let's consider another often overlooked aspect of your daily routine that might be silently chipping away at your nocturnal recovery and vitality. Now, Let's tie all of these pieces together. We've talked about the hidden dangers of late-night screen time, the subtle sabotage of evening eating habits, and the corrosive effect of chronic stress on your body's vital nighttime repair mechanisms. Each of these, on its own, can chip away at your vitality, your energy, and that crucial aspect of male health we've been discussing. But when combined, they create a perfect storm that silently destroys your ability to recover overnight, leading to a pervasive sense of low energy. And yes, a noticeable decline in your erections. The overarching theme here, the surprising truth I mentioned at the beginning, is that the solution often isn't in some complex medication or a drastic lifestyle overhaul. It's in reclaiming and optimizing the most fundamental, often neglected, aspects of our daily and nightly routines. It's about understanding that your body isn't just passively existing overnight. It's actively repairing, rebuilding, and recharging. And for men, a significant part of that repair involves the intricate hormonal and vascular processes necessary for healthy erections. Nocturnal erections, or morning wood, aren't just a sign of virility. They're a vital indicator of your overall cardiovascular health and the proper functioning of your vascular system. They act as natural exercise for the blood vessels in the penis, keeping them healthy and pliable. When these nightly events become less frequent or disappear, it's often a red flag, not just for erectile function, but for your broader health. So, let's briefly summarize, not in a rigid list, but as a holistic picture of the simple shifts you can embrace. Think of your evening as a gradual wind-down period, a time for gentle transition. First, consciously create a digital sunset. Put away the glowing screens, your phone, tablet, and, yes, even the television at least an hour, or ideally 2, before you plan to sleep. Allow your eyes to adjust to softer, warmer light, signaling to your brain that it's time to prepare for rest. This simple act alone can dramatically improve your body's natural melatonin production, paving the way for deeper, more restorative sleep. Second, be mindful of what and when you eat and drink in the evenings. Aim to finish your last meal a few hours before bedtime, giving your digestive system a chance to complete its work before your body shifts into its repair mode. Opt for lighter, easily digestible foods if you must snack, and be cautious with alcohol, understanding that while it might initially feel relaxing, it ultimately disrupts the quality of your sleep. Hydrate adequately throughout the day, but avoid excessive liquids right before bed to prevent nighttime awakenings. Third, and perhaps most profoundly, make a conscious effort to de-stress and unwind. Don't carry the day's worries into your bed. Create an evening ritual that helps you transition from the day's demands to a state of calm. This could be as simple as deep breathing exercises, a few minutes of gentle stretching, listening to calming music, or journaling your thoughts to clear your mind. These practices help shift your nervous system from its fight or flight mode to a more restorative rest and digest state, which is crucial for hormonal balance and healthy blood flow. Remember, these aren't insurmountable challenges, nor do they require perfection overnight. Each small step you take, each thoughtful choice you make in your evening routine, builds towards a stronger, healthier, more vibrant you. It's about empowering yourself, rediscovering your vitality, and knowing that you absolutely can reclaim this important part of your life. The surprise I mentioned at the beginning, it's how profoundly simple, consistent changes in these often overlooked evening habits can restore what many men resign themselves to losing with age. You have the power to influence your body's natural healing and restorative processes, simply by being more mindful of your nightly routine. I'd love to hear from you. Have you noticed how these evening habits impact your morning energy or vitality? What small changes have you already tried? Or what are you planning to incorporate into your evening tonight? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Your insights could help countless others who are feeling the same way. If this conversation has resonated with you, if it's given you something new to think about, please give this video a thumbs up. And if you want more practical, empowering advice for living your best life at every age, make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on future content. You deserve to feel strong, vital, and confident every single day. Embrace these simple shifts and start living your best life at every age. Until next time, take good care.